MrBeast is without a doubt the most famous person on the entire YouTube platform. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down how MrBeast turned $100 into $318 million. But let's just take a quick look at MrBeast's career so far. He has amassed an audience of over 150 million subscribers on one channel alone, and this doesn't include his other channels like MrBeast 2, MrBeast Gaming, MrBeast Philanthropy, and much more. He has reached over 26 billion views on his main channel alone, which is enough views for every single person on planet Earth to watch at least 3 of his videos, which is just insane to think about. MrBeast has also expanded his business outside of YouTube to selling chocolate bars, even opening up burger restaurants in North America and Europe and other locations around the world. He's selling his chocolate bars in almost every single country on the planet, and he's generating millions and millions of dollars in revenue every single year from this insane business model. Okay, now it's time to look at the 3-step process MrBeast uses to be successful in every single YouTube video and successful in his other businesses. We have to start off with the first step that MrBeast uses, and this is leveraging camera work and smart editing to grab people's attention within the first 30 seconds. Basically, he just utilizes hooks and storytelling better than anyone else on YouTube before. He's able to establish quick shots in his intro, use quick cuts to reduce the boredom that people might be experiencing, and hook the viewer in at this early stage. It is going to feel really fast-paced. He's going to talk about what the video is, what sort of challenges are going to be done throughout the entire video, what sort of obstacles people are going to have to overcome in that video, and of course, what the prize for doing all of this is. Because the intro of his video is so over-edited, because it has so many quick cuts, and because it is so fast-paced, it might feel overstimulated, but at least you will be engaged in what the video is actually talking about. MrBeast has often talked about the fact that if you can grab someone's attention within the first 30 seconds of a video, they are likely to stay close to the end of the video. Whereas if you start off with a bad intro, then chances are they're just going to click off within 30 seconds to maybe even a minute. So a lot of his effort and time would go on to making sure the introduction of his videos are perfect. He can then afford to have a little bit of the middle of the video being a little bit dull if it has to be, but as long as the intro is good, most people are going to stay for the entire video and watch all the way to the end. He also uses a lot of storyline tricks to keep viewers engaged and hooked throughout the entire video. There is obviously a clear strategy where there is sort of improv, but you never really know if the jokes that they are saying are actually pre-written, and if the little unexpected twists and turns in the video are also planned, or whether they are just spur of the moment acts that people are doing in these videos. You can actually see a lot of them in the $1 Million Island video, and of course the Squid Game video as well. As soon as MrBeast starts introducing a challenge, one of the contestants actually does something quite silly that shocks MrBeast and the rest of the crew, but it actually draws your attention to that person, and unlike a lot of other YouTubers, MrBeast would actually keep this in the video because it makes it seem authentic even if this was a pre-written joke. It is stuff like this, the improv, the random moments, and the funny clips that make it seem like it is an authentic YouTube video. It also makes it feel like it isn't too much like a TV show, and it still has its YouTube authenticity. He also allows himself to slow down the pacing of the video from about the 1 minute mark right up until the ending. There have been a lot of studies on what actually makes a video go viral. There are a few different ideas that people have, including click-through rate and of course average view duration. So if people are watching your videos for longer, YouTube is going to suggest that video to more people because obviously the previous people that have already watched it really enjoyed it. So if MrBeast is able to slow down the pacing of the video, then YouTube is more likely to recommend that to more people because everyone else has already been watching the entire video. I mean, there are a lot of little cuts and clips in MrBeast's videos that probably could be removed, but by keeping some of these 5 to 10 second clips in, he probably gets an extra minute out of the view duration that a lot of other YouTubers don't even see. All of the same processes that he uses for the video's intro, he copies it and uses it for the outro as well. The outros of videos are usually some of the most under-edited parts of a lot of people's videos. They sort of just say goodbye to their viewers and that's it. Whereas MrBeast takes a very different approach, and this is really what sets him apart from the rest of YouTube. There have been a lot of scientific studies that show that people will usually remember the start and the end of a sequence and usually forget the middle parts. That is probably why if you're ever putting in someone's phone number or a credit card, you remember the start and the end and not the middle. MrBeast uses this in a way that we have never seen before with YouTube content. The second step that we need to talk about is the thumbnails. MrBeast utilizes thumbnails better than any other YouTuber on the planet, and he was one of the first people to really invent the high clickbait niche on YouTube. He was one of the first people to hop on the money trend as well, creating videos around a lot of money, giving away a lot of money, and donating money to charity, or hosting challenges where contestants could win a lot of money. Obviously, this is an interest that a lot of people have. They always want to find ways to compete for money, and that is why the lottery is one of the most successful businesses in every single country, because people are always looking for ways to make money. MrBeast realized this and has implemented these strategies into every single thumbnail on his channel. He uses some simple tricks in every single thumbnail on his channel to make sure it grabs your attention on the YouTube homepage, whether you are looking for a MrBeast video or not. And this is something that he does across all of his channels, not just his main channel. You see it on MrBeast Philanthropy, MrBeast Gaming, MrBeast 2, and basically every other channel that he runs. One feature that is always consistent in every thumbnail is it always includes MrBeast's face. He has realized that this is the biggest part of his brand. As long as he has a clickbait face photo in his thumbnails, chances are people are going to click on it and of course recognize straight away that it is a MrBeast video. The high photoshopping features also is a really clean touch. It adds a little bit of intrigue to see whether that is actually real or not. It can over-exaggerate the facial features as well, which also grabs people's attention, and it does allow you to create a highly photoshopped thumbnail with it still seeming like it's actually realistic and something that might be possible. He utilizes color manipulation better than anyone we have ever seen before. He's able to make sure even the smallest details on the thumbnail are noticeable, and everything is placed there for a reason. There is nothing on a MrBeast thumbnail that isn't there by accident. Everything has a purpose to be on his thumbnails, even if you don't realize it at first. He always changes around his thumbnails quite a bit as well. We saw this with the latest MrBeast video where it helped a lot of people get their hearing back. He changed around this thumbnail like 5 or 6 times within the first week alone, and this hopefully helped the video get pushed to more viewers and of course gain some brand new subscribers as well. So if you are starting out on YouTube and want to sort of copy some free strategies that MrBeast uses to make your videos successful, then maybe creating a few different thumbnails might be a good way to go. The third secret that has allowed MrBeast to turn this into an empire is that he is a business mogul. This might be an underrated feature that not too many people really recognize when they first start talking about MrBeast. I feel like a lot of people just see a YouTuber who's competing in challenges and maybe has way too much money to spend, but people don't really understand the underlying messages in each video that MrBeast is a terrific salesman, and if he wanted to sell you a house or a car, chances are he would be able to do it. He also cross-collaborates his products in basically everything he does. His chocolate bars promote his YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel promotes the chocolate bars. It doesn't stop here. He promotes all of his other YouTube channels, mostly through his main channel. He sells merch that might give out exclusive content and ideas, and that is something that no other YouTuber really does. MrBeast Burger is named after him, so even if you don't really watch MrBeast videos, you are going to associate that burger chain with him, and chances are you might want to try it out just because it's a burger joint that is run by a YouTuber. He often includes these businesses in his videos as well. One of his most successful videos was recreating Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and this was basically a 30-minute long advertisement for his Feastables bar. There are Feastables advertisements everywhere throughout this video. He mentions it quite a few times, but still it doesn't feel like it's an advertisement for this chocolate bar. It feels like it's just another video that has a regular sponsor in it. MrBeast also ran a little promotion where he was selling merch, and for every t-shirt sold, he and his crew would actually autograph the merch, which is just a crazy idea. This obviously drove the sales up, and all he had to do was sign a few pieces of clothing. He also live streamed this so people could donate money. He could also recognize people in the chat, which again is something that not many other YouTubers do. I feel like a lot of people put low effort into their merch and other businesses, and rather focus on their YouTube content, but MrBeast has obviously figured out a way to do all of this at the same time. Even though no one is ever going to know how much MrBeast actually makes, if we can take some rough numbers, then there might be a way to actually figure this out. No one knows what sort of AdSense he is earning, but if we take a very conservative amount of $4 per 1,000 views, then it is estimated from his main channel alone he will make over $80 million this year. Again, that is a very conservative amount. He could be making anywhere from $10 up to $50 per 1,000 views. This isn't including sponsors, any of his other channels as well, and of course the other businesses he runs. We do have some rough estimates on his other businesses though. With MrBeast Burger, there are over 1,000 locations in North America and Europe alone. It is estimated that he makes roughly $25,000 every day from revenue at MrBeast Burger alone, which is just over $750,000 every single month. His Feastables bars have also generated around $10 million, and this figure was last updated in July of last year. So this could be well over $50 million or even $100 million, which is insane to think about. This obviously doesn't include all of the other channels that he runs, all of the other businesses and things that he has invested in. He does a lot for charity as well, and that cannot be understated. He has definitely donated more to charity than any other YouTuber on the platform. So I think it's really cool to see what MrBeast has already done, but it's crazy to think about what he's going to do in the future. But there you go, that is a quick breakdown of MrBeast's 3-step YouTube plan to make every video go viral, and sort of a brief outline of how he turned $100 into $318 million, probably even more. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next, and I'll see you next time.